They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. They feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly.
Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to another great edition of Express Yourself with XPress. I am your grateful host, XPress. We ain't gonna say humble anymore, but I'm your grateful host, XPress, reporting live from the network studios here. Gotta say shout out to my proud sponsors, Shoe Pugs, Burgundyism, Self Love, King Vision, and Free Fuel. But you see what's going on back here. Just wait for me to be at the headquarters to make that announcement. But yes, we rocking with Ethica. Ethica's rocking with us now too. So yes, thank you guys. We got some more stuff to go, but it's never about me. It's always about the individual I have in the house. Now, before I display this amazement from across me, let's start off with the expression of the episode. My expression of this episode is very empowering for this person. I want to say it's visionary. Because though she has to have vision for her own confines and things that she needs to do, she has a vision for others. Managing, being the amazing lawyer that she is as well. Yes. Legal Queen, LA. Yeah, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome in the amazing Ashley Valenzuela. Yes.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It was long overdue anyway, especially after, little sis fell in the chair. That we ain't gonna let that go. We can't let it go.
I wish there was like a candid camera so we could show the BTS because I'm never.
Now you can, if you go back to the episode with Air the Prophecy, you can kind of slightly hear it, but you definitely see us turning to it. So there's a moment where we're kind of like thrown off from her sister falling, but.
Shout out to Kalia.
We digress. But no, thank you for being here. And, I'm a giver and I often love to, say thank you for your presence with the present. So thank you to my proud sponsor, Shoe Pugs. Definitely want to, make sure you're pugging and thugging.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
I must say, I've never met anybody with more sponsors. Like, can we have a moment for that?
Kevin Hart, definitely. But thank you.
Who? We talking about press.
Oh, you know what?
Okay.
Yeah, this is already starting off on a great foot. No, thank you. But no, it's truly about you. How you doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I feel blessed.
Okay.
I feel happy. It is a little bit colder outside than I would desire for the middle of the summer, but other than that, I feel great.
You said the middle of summer. We just getting into it. Middle of summer.
I'm from Florida. Summer should have started like 3 months ago.
God, yeah. So yes, let's get into that. Let them know where you're originally from, your family upbringing.
So I was born outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which a lot of people don't know, but I grew up in Florida, in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Florida State.
Yep.
For undergrad.
Mm-hmm. My cousin was recruited there. I actually went to a Florida State Duke game.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, that was I went to Florida State in the Jameis Winston era.
Yeah, yep.
I was there. I was not with the crab legs at Publix.
I was gonna say, did you see him steal the crab legs too?
I did see him stand up on the table and say the things. That was like my generation.
Okay.
But then I went to law school in Tampa at Stetson University, and in my third year, that's when I decided to come to LA.
Okay, so the transition, Pittsburgh to Florida. How old were you?
I was in elementary school, like 4th grade, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad, so my parents had me when they were 16.
Oh, I come from that era as well.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yes.
Junior year of high school, I was there with them. So when my dad kind of got his life together and decided like he wants to make something out of himself, he got custody of me and he sent me to his parents who were in Florida.
Okay. While
he did his undergrad and his master's. And then instead of like me going back up to Pennsylvania, he just came to Florida with us. Because the area where I'm from in Pennsylvania is absolutely like, can't make this up. You know what I mean? And my mama went the other direction, unfortunately, but we love her. That's my girl.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's called unconditional for a reason.
Exactly.
So the family dynamic and everything. So after the whole upbringing in Florida, talk about you at an adolescent and what made you feel like, law was your thing. Was you an arguer? Did you always have to make sure that you was right? Was you one of them girls?
So
let's talk about it.
I guess you could say, like, when I was a kid, I was real sweet and cute. I was in gifted classes. I'm a little nerd. But then, I came into my baddie era in like 8th, 9th grade. So that comes with a lot of rah-rah. And my dad, once he graduated from everything, like 6th grade, I moved in, or 5th grade, I moved in with just him. So it was just me and him. And he was like 32 and I was like 15. So that was a lot of rah-rah. So it just kind of, I wanted to be a teacher. Let's start there.
Initially.
I wanted to be a teacher all my life from like a child. But whenever I got to high school, I was doing the early childhood program. We had a preschool at our high school. And my dad kind of sat me down and he was like, listen, I'm from a third world country. We do doctors and lawyers and stuff when we come to America, so I'm gonna need you to get it together.
So it was already predestined for what you were to do, despite what you wanted to do.
Exactly. He's an engineer, and I'm not good at math or science or anything, so like the doctor thing was out. But after that conversation, I kind of, I joined the debate team. We had forensics classes, law classes.
You just wanted to tell people what to do.
Yes, and yes. And so from there, it was kind of just like, I want to be a lawyer, but I still want to like help people and like work with kids.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of where the path started.
Yeah.
Weird.
So we're starting at where the path started. What was that initial first push that led you into being a lawyer, and who were the supporting factors that helped push you into it?
High school wise, I had my debate coach, shout out Miss Love. It's her real name. And my
showing Miss Love some love, that's right.
Yes, my law, I guess it was just a law class teacher, Miss Thomas. Her and I and a couple of other friends started a law society club at my school. And we kind of went to like children's shelters and like did a whole bunch of stuff like that. And it was kind of those two that really pushed me like educationally. But I don't have any lawyers in my family. Like, I'm the first lawyer in my family. I'm first generation to go to college on one side. I'm first generation American on the other side. And also, child of incarcerated parent. So there was just a lot of things going on that kind of made me like want to help people. And like very young, I was already taking care of my little sister.
Absolutely.
And it just like, I was always just the mom. So it's just like, how do you be a mom for everybody? You adopt everybody, or you be a lawyer or a teacher?
Then I guess the question I want to ask you is, how do you give back to yourself after you gave to everyone else? Yeah, let me hear this.
People have been asking me questions like this for a really long time. And starting probably around when I was like 18, 19, 20, my family was like, you need to start being selfish. You need to start being selfish. You need to start being selfish.
I still hear that to this day because I don't know how to be.
Exactly. It's just like it took me 30 years to be selfish. And the one very first selfish decision that I did make was moving to LA.
Yes. Because
when I was in law school, I had custody of my baby sister. So again, can't be selfish.
Right.
And my family's all in Florida, like my dad's side of the family. And so when my sister moved to LA and started being a choreographer and dancer out here, me wanting to come over here was like, okay, I'm gonna
that nurturing side of you, that protective.
Yeah, I'm gonna give all of this back to you guys. I'm gonna choose myself, and I'm gonna go over here. But it technically still was to help my sister.
Absolutely.
But I put down like the bigger plates over here, and I was just like, y'all figure that out. I'm gonna go and take my own life into my own hands, and that was the first like selfish thing. But in today's time, I do try to focus on myself more. Number one, boundaries.
Yeah,
It's very hard to find boundaries when you're the oldest of the family,
absolutely.
or like any daughter really, with siblings. And then prayer, church.
Hmm.
I like to take nappies a lot.
Yeah, so I've been told.
Yeah, I need a nappy for sure, or I'm gonna be very cranky.
Make sure she's fed because she gets hangry.
And she does.
I definitely know that.
And she does. I'm a very foodie. My dad's love language is like going out to like nice dinners and nice restaurants and stuff. So like very much that. But yeah, just like first learning how to say no and like being a little bit selfish. That was like my very first thing that I could ever do and learn how to do for myself. And it feels really freaking weird at first.
I don't know how to say no, so I say no, thank you.
Oh, okay. That's
It
good.
feels
I mean,
better.
that's good.
It feels easier. Like
It does, but even that, it's just like, no, sure.
yeah, it's
okay.
like you can't really veer away from it. It's just you naturally do it, even if you don't want to.
Yeah, but I think once you master that first part, then everything else is easier. Like, oh yeah, I do want to go to yoga today, or I do want to spend 2 hours by myself one time this week. You know, like after that, it's just like the first domino. You know.
So everybody definitely wants to know the typical questions. The day in the life of a lawyer. What does that look like for you? How do you organize your day and go about it? And how do you, I guess, say charge through the whole course of it?
Coffee. I'm powered by coffee.
Okay.
Starbucks.
Let's get her a Starbucks endorsement.
Please call me. I've probably invested
I've
my
seen
life
some
savings.
of her TikToks and stuff. She's definitely needing a Starbucks endorsement.
So that's basically where we start. We start the day with our coffee, and then my calendar. Anybody who sees my calendars gets anxiety immediately.
Yeah, because she wears multiple hats, you guys.
Yeah, if it's not on the calendar, it's not happening. So calendar number one, it has to get, put in order, and then I just, go section by section. Some days I have multiple depositions. Some days I have a hearing. Some days I have a video shoot. Some days I have a podcast. So every single day looks completely different. And I'm really big on mentoring. So I've always had an internship program. Right now I have a paralegal who is going the Kim K route.
Okay.
But she is a certified paralegal with an education.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure around here because there's people getting called up for calling themselves
doctors. People are lying about their doctorate. Don't get me
and all
started.
This other stuff. I'm just saying.
Because I'm a start.
Just saying.
But I tried to tell people like when they do their interviews or whatever, it's just like they're like, oh, what is a regular day? And I'm like, listen, I can't tell you any other way. There's no regular day. It's just you wake up and we might have 12 things that take priority over the entire day that was already planned, and we just got to figure it out. So it's really just like time management and prioritization. Because really it could be I wake up at 8 and I don't touch the bed until 5 a.m. the next day because it's just
okay. So then I guess I'll just put the knife in and turn it a little bit. What's the toughest lawsuit you worked on then?
Oh, that's a good question.
And what I mean by tough is the one that like had the most emotional stain on you after.
I'll give you one better. I worked for the Children's Law Center for a contract period, and again, that's where I started. That's where I wanted to be. But I had 176 abused and neglected children just on my caseload. So, in being the person I am, the empath, you would think that, oh, I love this. This is what I do. It's so fulfilling. No, it's traumatizing. Every single day, you have 10 to 15 hearings in one day. That's 10 to 15 kids or kids and their other siblings. And then you have like your regular work that you have to get done for all of these cases. You have to go see the kids. You have to go, to the schools. You have to do all these things. And I think nothing in entertainment, employment, intellectual property, corporate life can ever touch any of that. And I really wish, like, you got to be fully healed from like everything to really do that. So I was like, hey guys, you know, it's been fun, but I don't think I'm ready, you know, to do this forever right now. You know? So when you put the question like that, everything that I ever touched there takes the cake. But over here it's like, oh, you didn't pay me my $17,500 for the X amount of hours I was on the set, and it's just like,
gosh.
Yeah, and then you're arguing back and forth with the defense counsel who is less yoked than me. But you know, those things like get me going. Those are not like, you know, it's different. It's two different worlds.
Have you ever been in a situation like I don't want to say like a Judge Judy and be cliche. Like one of my favorite movies is Liar Liar with Jim Carrey.
I was just talking about Jim.
Yeah.
Favorite actor.
Well, a goat for sure.
Period.
That was actually that was the first film by him that I saw in theaters. Have you ever had a situation where there's been like outrages in court and stuff like that you can talk about?
I have not seen anything crazy in court. I really haven't. I live like a boring law life in that regard.
It's just cold and boring in there.
Yeah, it's those types of things, like, they're really more for TV. Like, I grew up on Law and Order SVU.
Okay. Yep.
I wanted to be Captain Olivia Benson, but my daddy also told me, you cannot be a detective. We're not doing that.
That's not the way we going.
But like, that was my day to day. And then I get to being a lawyer, and it's just like, you can't do that in court. You can't say that. You can't just be up there talking. You know what I mean? So it's just like, everything on TV is just TV. But I do have a trial coming up. Oh. In December.
Is there anything that you can talk about in the confines of this trial? What is this trial pertaining to?
It's pertaining to don't fuck with me.
Uh-oh. Somebody fucked around and found out, huh?
And they did. And they will. So that's going to be fun. I think that might be the fire that
I'll have to bring you back for the verdict of that one.
Yeah, well,
definitely.
Stay tuned for 2027.
So we're taking that lawyer hat off and we're putting on the manager hat on.
Yay.
How did you transition into being a manager of artists, and what was the urge for you to want to do that?
You know how, like, have you ever heard the saying, like, if you find a cat, the cat found you? It found me and it chased me down and it haunted me and hunted me like Scary Movie 6.
You didn't choose this life. The life chose you.
I did not choose this life. The life keep choosing me over and over and over again. And sometimes I feel like I'm being held at gunpoint against my will. But I say all that to say, being a lawyer in the entertainment space, it was almost inevitable for a person like me. Because I'm so nurturing and caretaking, it's like I would have a client and these things were happening, but I want to do more for them, or I want to see them accomplish more. I want to connect them to these people, et cetera, et cetera. And so all the way back in 2020, when COVID came, I lost my law job because of COVID, and I started working with a talent management company. So I kind of like tried it out, and I'm just like, this is something I feel like I would be really good at. But again, it's 2020. There's no work. Nobody's getting paid. We're just doing this all for funsies at this point.
Right.
But when I was doing the things and learning the things, I was just like, yeah, I really do love this. I wish I could get paid for it, but it's COVID, you know? So I was just like, oh, fast forward to 2021, get my life back, get my job, you know? And I was just like, okay, I'm a lawyer. But then it just kept grabbing me.
I'm a lawyer who's also a manager.
Yes, it just kept grabbing me back. And so in 2023, this month, actually.
I know.
Oh my
I
gosh!
definitely
It's
know.
like, oh my gosh, it's our
definitely know.
anniversary.
I definitely, again, I do my homework.
Okay, so I think it was June 17th. I don't even think I'm making that up. Someone reached out to me and asked me to host Lil Xan's like comeback tour concert.
Yes.
And so I interviewed all the artists, and that's when I met Air the Prophecy. And after that, his publicist reached out and was like, hey, I don't necessarily know if he wants a manager, but I think you should sit down and talk to him because, like, I think you guys would work together well. And so I went and I met with him. And again, I'm in my mind, I'm just a lawyer. And I sat down and he tells me his vision and he tells me a little bit about his background and he tells me his motto, which is help the hopeless. And so I see me and him aligning on like a lot of things. And at the end of the meeting, I was so inspired to see him win that I was like, you know what? I don't care about anything I was talking about before I got here. I'm your manager.
I'm your manager now.
Right. Who was that, Twista?
Yeah.
Let me be your manager.
Let me be your manager.
You know? More so, we signed a death row over here. Sorry. But it was just really like that conversation. It was just like, whatever it takes, I want to see him win. And if you find, for artists who need a manager, if your manager doesn't feel that way, they should not be your manager. Like, I tell him all the time, and maybe it's a joke, maybe it's not. I was like, listen, I will not sell my soul, but I might sell a kidney.
Okay.
Okay.
Kidney here,
Just one. Just one kidney. I might, if it can make it work. That's what's gonna happen. And that's how your manager should feel.
That's real belief and stuff. And again, like I said, when I had him sitting here and talking about the dynamic and how important it is to have that relationship beyond the music with someone, talk about how important and impactful the relationship with him has been for you.
Oh my God. I don't know really where I would be without him.
That's saying a lot.
He has been to me as supportive as I believe that I am to him. And I tell people all the time, like, I do not have the horror stories that other managers have. I don't get the rah-rah in my management with him. And I don't get the showing up late. I don't get the begging him to do stuff. I don't get the, you know, you got paid to do this and, oh, now you don't want to do it because you're an artist. Like, I have no horror stories. He's shows up early. He's married, so I don't have to worry about him in the streets. Like, he's focused. He's kind.
He's mature, and that's what's lacking in a lot of artists and people just in general.
And he's focused.
And he allows you to hold. You guys allow each other to hold each other accountable.
Exactly. So it's not more so like I'm his boss or he's my boss. It's like we're a team. We're a partnership. We're, you know, we have the same goal. It's like, you know, one band, one sound. You feel me?
One band, one sound. Yep. Y'all some real ones.
It's just, he's been very, very important in my life. Yeah.
Well, you know what I do. I have an amazing segment called Blast from the Past where I take amazing moments and important moments from your life as well. I have them here for you, and I would love to know how these moments made you feel.
I'm nervous.
Don't be.
You've been making me nervous since I got here.
It's all in fun and games. Now let's start here, because I think this was the final semester of going into the rest of your life. Talk about it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like I said, I do homework.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's get into it for real.
Yeah.
Law school was the hardest thing that I've ever done. Not the coursework, not the tests. Just overall as an experience, I believe that it is a hazing experience. And for people who don't go the traditional route and don't go to law school, I feel like it's like you didn't go through what you should have gone through to build your like
You
your
skip some
skin.
steps,
Yeah.
so your armor isn't as strong as it should
Exactly. And like you should do it if you can. Like if I was in California and I grew up here and I didn't have to go to law school to be a lawyer, I might have probably did that because like damn,
be.
was it hard. But I think it is something like you just gotta
Persevere.
yeah. But I will say
And keep the vision.
yeah.
You're a visionary.
Yes.
So keep that vision.
I agree. Thank you. That when you said that at the beginning, that was one of the nicest things I've ever heard. So I appreciate that.
It's true because I get to be next to you in these moments where you're championing and cheering on these artists, especially Air. So it's just like seeing that like you go hard for people like that, the vision that you have for others as well as yourself. Those are moments that need to be, again, I don't give flowers because flower die. Give golden nuggets. Gold lasts forever. So those are moments of gold that you are overly deserving of.
Thank you.
No problem at all. No
Yeah.
problem at all.
Should I tell some tea?
Absolutely.
Some law school tea.
Absolutely.
I don't remember if I've ever said this.
Ooh, so then we might be exclusive right here.
Yeah, it might be. I have to verify with my own podcast
Okay.
many years ago. But when I started law school, first semester, I spent like 12 to 18 hours in the library in one day during reading period to get ready for finals. And I was top 20% of my class my first semester. I was on the dean's list. I came back in January and this one girl, she was like, oh my God, wow, you're smart. And she's like, yeah, thank you. And then like this guy was talking to me. She was like, oh my God, it's because he found out you're smart. And I'm just like, bitch. But then in my second semester, I dealt with some really, really, really traumatic things.
Yes.
And some losses and some situations. And I ended up, my doctors basically wanted me to withdraw from school because I was not mentally capable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, y'all thought I was going to quit? No, I'm not quitting. So I didn't quit, but I went from the top 20% of my class that I worked so hard for to the bottom 20% of my class because I was not well, like at all. And I spent the rest of my law school career getting myself back up as close to a 3.0 or whatever as I could. But knowing law school, your first year of law school determines the rest of your life, career, opportunities, whatever. So now I'm walking into interviews and it's not, oh, she's top 20% of her class. She could be a summer associate. She's going to make millions. It's like, who are you? Why are you here? And so it's just like everything that I had worked for up until that point was gone because of my mental health. And it's like, I couldn't talk to a therapist at school. I couldn't talk to, these people because guess what? When you apply for the bar, you have to get a character and fitness test.
Absolutely.
And guess who the therapist gets to tell everything to? The bar. So if you want to pass the bar,
nothing's confidential.
Exactly. You have to go through all these things of whatever you went through and get all this, extra scrutiny and all that.
It's a psychological test.
It is. And so when I see people like, Kimberly going down these paths and like you didn't cry through the LSAT, you didn't study for months and years of college and law school and then have to do like you didn't do these things and you also came up off of being naked on the internet. But it's just like, but I had a really bad semester of like a bunch of people dying and a bunch of bad stuff happening to me. And now I may not have a career after all of these things. So it's just like, that's another, like mental health is another avenue of like my advocacy. Absolutely. But I say all that to say, whatever you're going through, if you want to be a lawyer, you gonna be a lawyer. And if you want to go to law school, you gonna get through law school. Like, no matter what, it doesn't matter. No. But I digress.
I'm glad you got through it. I'm glad you persevered because the person that we see today deserves an abundance of greatness for the shit that they've been through. I do a lot of background research and stuff, so I know your story. Part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think 6 is out there too. I know your story. I know the trials and tribulations you've been through, not just as a student or as a daughter or a sister, but as a woman. So I commend you for persevering through all that shit and still being here today to help somebody else stop suffering in silence and stop hiding their hurt so they can heal from it. Because that's the whole premise of this show.
Amen.
So you see that smile? Keep on doing it. Keep on persevering.
She was so little.
Still is. Still is. But again, it goes to show that it creates magical moments like this to where you can be that pioneer for others.
That's all I ever wanted.
So talk about what it means to you to be able to be one of those people that went through dark times to shine your brightness on others.
This was really special. I had written down, which is something that I do want to say, like, if you want something, write it down.
I'm getting a notebook after this.
See it. You have to see it. Whiteboard, notebook, whatever it is.
I have a war board, but it's really full with things I've already accomplished. So I need to go ahead and, everything on it is accomplished.
That's beautiful.
So I need to.
So now you need another one. Another one. Everything to come. And one of the things I said is I want to speak at high schools.
Yes.
And this What's Your Cause tour happened, and they reached out to me, and I was like, me?
Moi?
You are me? What? Yes. And I thought it was just so cool because every single person up here had a different career, a different path, a different, background. And we're speaking to these kids, and I was one of these kids.
Absolutely.
And I actually found I'm a hoarder. I'll be the first one to admit it. I'm a hoarder.
And when it comes to shoes.
I drove everything I ever owned from Florida to LA.
I know. I heard it.
I moved probably 10 times since I've been here. And so I have to purge things as I move. But I still have 2 bins full of high school, middle school, college. And I found recently, it was like a little card from one of the speakers at my high school. And I want to say that his name was Mark Miro. I don't think I'm wrong. And it literally said, I want to be a lawyer. I want to help kids. I want to blah, 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 blah. And it was like 3 or 4 things on there. And I literally found it and just started bawling my eyes out because check, check, check.
Yep.
And so that is what I had hoped for this speaking engagement, for the next one. That's just all I want to do because one, you have to tell your story.
Absolutely.
2, if there's one person in that crowd, one child in that crowd
that you can change or help, mission complete.
That's
it's not
it.
About changing the world. It's about changing one within the world.
Exactly. Thank you. Because when I was in law school, I was the vice president of the Children's Advocates of Stetson Law Castle. And we put together, it was like half the day was a field day, half the day was like school education, but for foster kids. And some of the kids were like, oh, this is so stupid. I'm going to be a mechanic. I'm not going to college, blah, blah, blah. But this one boy came up to me, and I said this before. I wish I remembered his name or had a picture with him or something. Because he was like, he came up at the end of the day. He was like, you guys like really like made me believe that I could do what I want to do. I want to be an artist. And I'm like, you know what? Little boy, young Black man, if you are the only person that heard me today, that is good enough for the rest of my life. Like, it's cool. And part of me wants to believe that, he's doing exactly that right now.
Yeah.
And same thing here. This one girl stood up and she was just like, I want to be a psychologist and I want to be on your podcast one day. And I'm like, girl, come on.
Hell yeah.
Please.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
No, because this is exactly what I'm leading into. I'm leading into bleeding out into the kids and
you should.
The youth and
you should.
I definitely have to. I mean, I look like I fit in with them anyway. Still, my young, old, whatever self.
That would be so good for you.
That's one of the, and honestly, that's what I actually want to use. Like, it's easy when a kid sees you as them, the relatability is there.
Exactly.
But they can also learn a thing or two because the separation is there as well. So I definitely have a lot to give. And I will be giving back to a lot of youthful individuals, and in any way, shape, and form that I can be an advocate to point them in a direction, if it's in this industry or just be a positive reinforcement behind whatever
Like
they
in
want
life,
to do.
yeah.
That's all that I want to do.
Exactly.
Sincerely.
I love that. Definitely, I feel like that is what you should be doing.
Y'all gonna see me
Actually,
doing it. Y'all gonna see
yeah.
me doing it. That's for sure. Now, speaking of kids, I was gonna say this for last, but I wanted to get here first. Yep.
That's my baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
Big belly, not the little one anymore.
Talk about it.
Okay, so I think this day meant more to me than her. Because it's
It looked
just
like it in the slides.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, but okay, so this is my baby that I had with me in law school, and every single day I would take her to preschool, and then after preschool she would come to class with me, and she would set up her book and pretend that she's typing, and she would raise her hand to my professors, or the days that she didn't have school she would come to work with me. Like, she is literally my mini. And when she came out here, and Will Smith's brother, Harry, great guy, he reached out. He was like, hey, I thought I saw that your sister was in town. Do you want to take her to Kids' Choice Awards? My kids are too old. They don't care.
Right.
And I'm like, Harry?
What? Harry.
So I set up this big, huge surprise. My other sister, she does hair, nails, all the stuff. So she got her ready. I go and pick her up, open the door for her. She has no idea where she's going. She still has no idea where she's going when we get there. And she had the absolute time of her life. And it's just like, it warms up my heart, because even though, Nickelodeon and Kids' Choice Awards, that stuff is like not as big now. At this little after party that we're at right here, every single influencer from age 5 to 20, she knew every single person by name, and it was just like, us.
That's real nostalgic.
It's their time, it's their people. I had no idea who anybody was. I'm like the old lady, like.
Are they still sliming people?
Yes.
Okay.
They slimed Adam Sandler.
Okay,
she
good.
didn't care.
Okay. Good.
Like,
good.
We don't, it was, but like, just to see her be able to do these things that, like as kids, you're just like, oh my God, LA, oh my God,
But being able to be in the position off the hard work that you've done and the connections and the relationships that you truly built, created this moment for her.
Exactly.
So again, the sacrifices that you put forth become blessings for others.
This is like one of the best things that I've ever done.
Yep. Like I said, I'll be doing my digging. Let's get to the man right now. Boom.
Oh, the goat himself.
Let's talk about it.
So this is the first day that we met, actually. The firm that I was working at wanted their client to. He was an artist from like some other country, and they wanted him to come work with him. So they flew us all to Vegas, and I basically was the manager, even though it was not even in my job description. But I flew with them to Vegas. They put us on a little jet. I have no idea where we were staying, but that was the first time I ever been to Vegas. First time I ever met Teddy Riley. If y'all didn't know who this was,
y'all better know. Y'all better
get
know
it
a goat
together.
You better know a goat when you see one.
The fact that people under 30 most often do not know who this is,
because they don't know real music.
Out of this world.
They don't know real music, and no one does. One does history anymore. No one does their homework.
No one does anything anymore.
Like,
actually,
see who wrote some of your mom's favorite songs,
and yours,
too, because a lot of things again being resampled.
Exactly, but this moment, like, even though the relationship with him and the artist didn't go, I like. Our connection was like made, and then his liaison at the time, we shared a moment where I'm signing a contract between all of us, and she asked me like some question, and the answer I gave her, which she'll probably remember, she started crying and she got chills, because I'm like, I probably was about like, this being the first time I'm here, this is what I always dreamed of, something like that. And from there, she reached out to me in 2020 in COVID when I had no job, no nothing. She's like, hey, Teddy needs something. Do you want to do it? Because I really want to keep you around. I really think, he should work with you and give you a chance. And I'm like,
yeah.
so it was like another one of those moments. It was like, oh my God, what do you mean? I'm just a baby lawyer. Me? And still to this day, I am still working with him. 6+ years later. Google Teddy Riley, trademark, my name's attached. Thank y'all. And the reason why we could talk about this is because
I knew what I was doing.
All the trademarks are public record.
I know.
Okay, when I say Google me, it really means Google me.
When I say I do this for a living, I do this on purpose.
You're really good at this.
This is what I do.
Air's interview, my interview.
This is my purpose and my passion. Like this is my show and tell.
Yeah, I like it.
Truly.
Thank you. This wasn't as scary as I thought.
Because that transition over to this, what you were talking about, panels, you've been on a certain panel. Again, golden nuggets for the work that you put in. And actually, shout out to Queen, Miss Corey Renee,
Yes!
She was also a part of the panel here as well.
Oh my God.
So proud of what you guys were able to, to give that day, the knowledge and the game.
What was this, 2024? This right here, there's so much that came from this day that I didn't even realize. Like, me and Kathy are super close now. She worked with Air. Yep. Me and Corey, obviously, now I know you. Chuck Dizzle, he was on my podcast. DJ Head, Brian Salas.
Chuck Dizzle and DJ Head was our first guest for Socially Acceptable. I've had Chuck on my solo
EP.
On Express Yourself. My guy Mars, I've interviewed him on that 1500 Day. Day One, been around him. Silas.
Day One is headlining the festival next week that Air's performing at.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
This
Daisy
was
Lynn,
such Jay Brock, clap it up for you.
Yes.
Because you did something with this one.
Give it up for Lauren too. Killing it. We Grow LA, the family We Grow Long Beach. Like they are We Grow.
Oh my gosh, I was looking at the picture. Yes. Lauren.
Like I said, this was big for me because everyone on this panel I know.
Wow.
And if I didn't, I knew I was able to meet and show my admiration for them. So and then have relationships with them still to this day. This
is incredible. This is really a blast from the past.
Yep.
This is one of those things like how you put up Air's, I think, Grammy submission, and I'm just like, wow, I didn't even think about what this meant. That's awesome.
You gotta take moments. And speaking of the individual that you just mentioned, I need you to truly say,
Arrington Foster.
What more do you look forward accomplishing with him at your side and you at his?
Whatever he wants in this world, he deserves. Mic drop moment.
Pretty much.
That's all. That's it. That's all. I really there are a lot of people who are doing what he's doing or what we're doing. And can I say people don't deserve things? I can't say that. I'm not God. I don't get to decide who deserves what or who doesn't. But 10,000%, 10 toes down, I'll stand on this till I die. This guy deserves it. Whatever he wants out of this industry. Whether it's, one record, whether it's a lifetime, whether it's a yacht, whatever it is that he desires, I truly believe that he deserves it. We're putting out a new record, a couple of records with Ethica Music. A new project coming soon. This year is shaping up to be really, really good. And the last album was incredible with Dupree. The next one's gonna be incredible.
Damn it, Dupree. Killing it. I can't wait till the world just really embeds himself more, because he has so much more to. You said it for what it is, but for me, I love being able to go from a fan to a friend. I like appreciate it so much. Like, you'll get a random like message. Oh, hey bro, what you got going on? Oh no, oh I got this going on. It's like, damn, like you're this big ass artist and shit
special.
like that. Like, those connections mean something to me. So it's
Yeah.
just like I will always show up when I can show up, and I never say I'm coming. Pause, but I definitely make sure to make my presence be felt when I get there to show people that I'm genuine about support.
Yeah. And I appreciate that about you.
1,000%.
You definitely showed up.
I show up solo too, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's
So,
real. And just like what you were saying, like, I feel like that's how I feel about Cause. Like,
yeah.
whenever we did the record with Cause, 80, which is going to be re-released with an intro from a special person that was on that Clap It Up panel. That was so important to me because, like, you know, the list, check. I have Cole World tattooed right here. Because of the impact that J. Cole had on my life. May or may not have been here without his music. It's powerful. Music
Absolutely.
is powerful. And so, you know, I'm obviously a big Dreamville fan. And so getting to meet Cause in real life and then the friendship transitioning all the way up into a record with Air, and Air so happens to be a fan of Dreamville, you know, like, so that, and like I see him and we say what's up and he knows my name and he knows my number, like that is just so special to me. So I know exactly how you feel. And like going back home to the East Coast, people don't really like, oh, that's your real life, that's your day to day, and I'm just like, yeah.
I was in my local liquor store, and dude, he sees me, he has my socials and everything like that, and he's like, man, I just gotta say, bro, you have a really dope and interesting life, man. I can't stop watching it, and I'm just sitting back here like, damn, I'm not doing enough.
Right.
But in the perspective of others, it's just like, you may not feel that because we're always going to be our worst critic, but we are actually fulfilling what we should be doing at the time and the moment that we should be.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite things to hear, and it's not like anything like cocky or anything, but one of my favorite things to hear is when people say I'm living vicariously through you. Because it's like, well, I'm living vicariously through such and such that's in the Maldives right now. But it's just like so many people, when they tell me that, I'm just like, wow, like when you sit back and think about it, it's like we really are living the dream, our dreams, someone else's dreams, you know? So it's definitely a lot to be thankful for. I'm very blessed. I go to church every Sunday, and even if I can't make it, I thank God every single day. Whether I miss really praying that day, I absolutely thank God for everything that I have and everything around me. My dog,
absolutely,
most importantly, my friends, my family, the people that love me, more than anything. You know, it's just crazy to sit back and think how far we've come.
We've came a far way, and we've came to the positive period of the podcast as well.
I think the whole podcast has been pretty positive.
Well, this is the point where I'm asking every individual that's sitting across from me, whether you're speaking to a younger version of yourself or another person that's possibly suffering in silence and hiding their hurt that they need to heal from. What are some words of encouragement that you still even use to this day that can help the next person or could have been helpful for you at a point in time?
My favorite motto and phrase, I have a painting of it from a paint and sip.
Them ain't no paint and sip. Them some paint and drinks. They ain't sipping. Y'all drinking.
Picasso. Be who you needed growing up. And that's something that I practice every day in, like, with my family, with my friends, with my clients, because if you live life like that, it's just like, well, let me help the next person, and if you're helping the next person, it's always going to come back to you. It's like, pay it forward. Did that answer?
Absolutely. Okay. Always pay it forward. You can't take anything, like, I'm a big giver in general. I love acquiring more, whether it's knowledge, items, or just anything, so I can just have more to give. Nothing that we acquire on this planet we can take with us when we leave. So why not absorb more, learn more, and gain more, to give more.
Exactly.
And I know that's my purpose. A lot of people in certain situations can call it simping.
Yeah.
I say complete that word and call it simply treating people how they probably should be treated, or
Wow.
how they deserve to be treated but never was.
Yeah.
So
It really, like, one smile, one handshake, one hug, one kind word can literally change somebody's life.
hmm
Like, they might have been at their end. Like, they were planning, to do horrible things when they go home because they don't think anybody loves them, or,
hmm
whatever. And it's just like, you say one word or just one smile, and you can literally change the trajectory of somebody's life. And it's just like, it's really not that hard to be nice. It's free.
I tell people
It's
all the
free.
time, you know,
Just be kind. I
support is
think
free, you guys.
just be kind. And like, for people who are struggling with literally anything, I do believe the best medicine is therapy.
Yes.
And I'm glad that our culture and our society is being more like accepting and
hmm
open to therapy, because it's not just like this big thing.
hmm
It's just
Mental
like,
health is real, so just really do your due diligence to seek the help,
yeah,
because you creating that atmosphere for yourself could actually help someone else in their moment of darkness come
exactly.
forth with it and seek help as well.
And they think it's like this, like, a lot of people think it's like this whole big thing. It's literally just an unbiased person. An unbiased person. That's all you need sometimes. Like, someone
hmm
who's not your friend, family, enemy, cousin, whatever, who's literally on the outside of your house.
I got a saying to go with that. We're really looking for people who's listening to understand instead of listening to respond.
Ooh. Yeah, I just had a conversation about this too.
hmm
That's hard when you're a lawyer.
Oh, I'm sure. That's why I asked the question. That's exactly why I asked the question. But my final question to you before we get up out of here is, if there was any if there was anyone right now with their circumstances court-wise that you could help given the opportunity, who would that be?
Like,
Any person's case, anyone who's doing time or whatever, anyone who's going through a hardship, a legal hardship, and you're able to step in on that case to help them, who would that person be?
the type of person, or like a specific person in the news type thing.
Let's get a little specific then.
Um, Carmelo Anthony.
Mm.
That whole
Hmm.
situation really,
That was really powerful, and I'm so proud that you said that.
yeah, that whole situation really, it doesn't sit right with me. And in law school, you don't get to major in anything, but I did do a concentration in social justice advocacy,
hmm
and the majority of that is racial issues, homelessness, and children's advocacy, of course, and domestic violence. So I've spent a lot of my time, protesting in the streets,
Oh, I know, definitely.
offering free services,
hmm
domestic violence clinics. I'm really a social justice warrior. And so when things come to children,
hmm
Trayvon Martin,
hmm
that's where I grew up.
mm
That's where I grew up. And I
mm
think I was in like ninth or 10th grade when that happened. And so, like, from that day, like, our entire city, he was like the next city over, but like, no matter.
Still.
Just, you're 14 years old. This little boy, Carmelo, what, he's 17? He's either 17 or 18. It doesn't matter. You're a child. You're a little boy. And everyone's like, it's not about race. It's not about race. It's not about race. No, it's about facts. But race always comes into play.
Unfortunately, it's a matter of fact with that.
So like, even though I don't have the mental capacity and a trauma perspective to do the work of civil rights and of children's advocacy, um I do definitely still have the heart to want to make a difference in those areas. Because it's just not right.
It really isn't, and I'm grateful that you shed a lot of light on those moments, because if we don't speak on their history and speak on that moment in time, it gets lost in history. So we won't be able to understand his story if we don't continue to speak of it today.
Right.
So I'm really grateful that you did that.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to have you here. Grateful, like we lock up outside of here, so we good. But let all the individuals who may not have, that access and everything to you, they better not, but that access or whatever to you and stuff like that, how can they follow you and everything else that's coming up with you?
I feel like y'all just didn't see me because my glasses are on. So, Legal Queen LA on all platforms, of course. avlegalent.com if you want a consultation. Trademark consultations are no longer free because I waste too much time, because I get too in depth, and there's so much to learn. So brands, if you need a trademark, if you need a copyright, if you need your business put together, if you got a contract to look over, but no, I am not accepting clients for management. The curtains have closed. But yeah.
She putting all her eggs in a few baskets, but it's like mainly connected to one.
I like my baskets.
No, I'm grateful for you being here. We definitely have more aspects to your story. There's a lot more to go over and share. So I definitely will be having you back. And
next year after trial.
That exactly, because I need to understand and know the verdict. Okay. But with that being said, you guys know what to do at this point. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Get in the DMs. I see everything. I see everybody who even sees everything, but don't be liking everything. I see y'all. Show some support. It's free. All right? Thank you for the support that I get from my proud sponsors. Self-love. That's right, JM. That's right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shoe Pugs, Jimmy, we locked in for life as well. I was just, chopping it up with you earlier today. I got my boy DR, that freestyle that you dropped, that free fuel freestyle. Like, that's what I want to call it, because you were completely free and vulnerable, and that's what music is lacking now. Like, we only get that from R&B. We don't get that within rap anymore as much. Also, King Vision, Rich, you already know what time it is. I'm going to need another one because this one's starting to get sun damaged. But also, thank you to the proud team of Ethica. I cannot wait to see what else comes out of this. And I'm just ready to just be a service of greatness. Whatever I can add value to this brand, please let me know, because we have a lot to do. All right, you guys, and you guys know who I am. It's your boy XPress, and see you guys every Taco Tuesday. Peace.
They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out. Yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment. I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly.